Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Psychometrics, Data Science and Career Solutions. In this documentary, I will explain research design and its types. The research design and its types is a very important topic, and without clarification on this topic, the students often select a wrong type of a research design, and in this way their whole study is misleaded. What is a research design is a very important question, and it requires clarification. Basically, a research design is a plan or a sketch that is produced to show the look and the function or the working of any object before it is made. Research design is defined as a framework of methods and techniques chosen by a researcher to combine various components of a research in a reasonable logical manner so that the research problem is efficiently handled. So a research design is actually a sketch or a plan or a frame of any research. The research designs are divided into the following types. Basically, the research designs are of two types. One is the exploratory and other is the conclusive, while the conclusive is further divided into descriptive and causal. The descriptive has two types, while the causal has also two types. The one that is called cross-sectional and the other is called longitudinal in the descriptive research, while in the causal we have quasi-experimental while experimental. So I will explain each of these research designs one by one. So starting from the exploratory research, the exploratory research is that research in which the researcher conduct a study for the in-depth analysis of any problem. And it is a situation in which the problem has previously not been studied and there are lack of information about that problem. So the exploratory research helps in clarification of the research problem in an in-depth way. It helps in developing operational definitions, and it also helps in determining the best uh, data collection and other methods of analysis. So this research design actually helps in the clarification of research problems and in overall the exploration and in-depth analysis of a research problem. The exploratory research design is divided into the following types: the pilot study, the case studies, the secondary data analysis, the experience surveys, and the focus group. You can see all of these five types aims at an in-depth clarification of any research problem. Either it is a pilot study, either it's experience surveys, or either it's a focus group. All these types of research helps in an in-depth analysis and clarification of any research problem. Then we move towards the descriptive research. Descriptive research, as its name shows, is a type of a research in which the researcher can describe anything. It is that type of a research in which any research problem is described, or it helps in describing a research problem. So this type of research helps in defining research methods and in describing the characteristics of the population. And this is something related to the what. The exploratory research, which we discussed previously, is related to the how, while this descriptive is related to the what of any research. The descriptive research, as I previously told, has two types. One is the cross-sectional and other is the longitudinal. The cross-sectional is that study which involves looking at the data from a population at one specific point of time. A cross-sectional study is that type of study which is actually an observational study which analyzes the data from a population at a specific time point. While on the other side, the longitudinal is that type of a study in which researchers study any population repeatedly, and it involves repeated observation of the same variable or same population. And this is actually a lengthy study, and it's opposite to that of cross-sectional, which is actually a short study. The final type of a research is the causal research, and as its name shows, this is that kind of a research in which we determine the cause effect. It helps in knowing what are the causes of anything and what is the impact of anything on other. So causal research design is that one which tries to find the cause-effect relationship between two or more than two factors. Such research design is a very potential type of research design, and it has potential to demonstrate how one variable can cause change in another variable. While to determine the causality, it is important to observe the variation in the variable assumes to cause the change in other variable, and then measure the changes in the other variable. There are two major types, as I previously told. Uh, the causal design has two types. One is the uh, quasi experimentation, while other is the pure experimentation. The quasi experimental design is that in which we do not manipulate the independent variable 100%. There is actually a lack of the features of pure experimental design, and we manipulate the independent variable, but to some extent, not to full extent. While the experimental research is that research which has pure qualities of experimental design, in this design we manipulate the independent variable to 100%, and this design allows the random assignment of the uh, groups into either control or either to the experimental. And this design is most powerful design because it helps in knowing the changes that are occurred again in a controlled environment. So dear viewer, that was about the research designs and its types. See you in another documentary. Have a nice day.